Karyn, Bryant for MMA Heat. I'm here with Ricardo Lamas, who has got a big fight with Max Holloway at UFC 199. Listen, this is a great matchup for you. He's a guy that always just comes to fight, brings the fight. How do you like the style matchup?
I love it. You know, it's a fight that a lot of the fans are going to enjoy, and I want to put on exciting fights, and Max is the perfect opponent to do that.
You know, he has already been talking so much about title shots and everything. I know that you had a shot, but do you feel that in any sense you're kind of like the forgotten featherweight there, that people don't mention your name in the mix as much as other people?
No, you know, I think coming off that loss from Chad Mendes set me back a little bit, but I'm back on track with a win over Diego, and you know, another win over Max would put me right back up there. So I stay patient and I go fight by fight.
How satisfying was that win over Diego Sanchez?
It was cool, man, just especially being where it was in Monterrey. You know, that's the city where my mom is from. I got to meet family that I'd never met before, so the experience in itself was amazing. And to get a win over a guy like Diego, you know, I've been a fan of his since before I even started in the sport. So it was very surreal to me, and it was an experience that I'll never forget.
You know, I asked Brian Stan about your fight. He actually was picking you. He believed that the wrestling was going to be a factor in there. Is that, I mean, obviously he's sitting right over there, and we're not going to really tell him what's up. But do you feel like that's going to come into play since he is a guy that lets his hands go so much?
You know, my wrestling is always there if I need it. So if I feel like I'm getting in trouble on the feet, it's there. It's there for me. But I feel like I'm a very well-rounded fighter, and I can compete with anybody, anywhere the fight goes. So if it stays on the feet the whole time, I'm fine with that.
How come you didn't make any funny videos about him? Because back in the day, your Conor videos were classic. We kind of missed the Lamas video.
Well, I like Max. You know, he's a good guy. So
he's a good guy.
He is. He's a real good guy. He's humble. He doesn't talk trash like other fighters in the division. But so, you know, we stayed away from the videos this time.
All right, but so there's nobody in your eye line that we can see a video?
I'm not sure. Maybe after this fight, I'll put something together just for you, Karyn.
Thanks.
Maybe I'll do one of you. I need your hair.
All right. Oh, no. So listen, question for you. You know, reading your bio, Ricardo, it says that you had an exercise science background. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Right. So what do you think of CrossFit?
CrossFit is life, man. You know, no, I don't know. You know, it's great. You know, as long as people are getting out there and pushing themselves and becoming healthier and living healthier lifestyles, I'm all for it.
I just had to ask because we have some friends that are trainers, and you know, I know people on either side of the fence, and some people think it's the most ridiculous thing in the world, but clearly there's something to it. It's very popular.
With anything in the exercise field, you could find people that are like very cultish about it, and you know, CrossFit, you can find a lot of people like that, but it's just how it is. You know, the people fall in love with things that they do, and sometimes they take it a little over the top.
For sure. Over the top is going to be the fight between Jose Aldo and Frankie Edgar. I'm curious what you are thinking on that one. Who are you going with?
Man, it's hard to decide. Frankie's been looking so good, and I think a lot of it depends on how Jose returns after a loss. You know, he hasn't lost in 10 years. We've never seen Aldo come off a loss like this, so it depends on how he takes it mentally, and you know, it's either going to make him a little trigger shy, or it's going to light that fire that he needed, and we're going to see that Jose Aldo that we saw back in the WEC when he first came on the scene.
But you're not comfortable in picking somebody yet, huh?
If I had to pick somebody, I'm going to go with Jose since he won the first fight.
All right, I got you. And lastly, if we can get a duck face, people maybe don't remember when Conor and Nate were fighting. Ricardo and I were down at the Harley dealership in San Diego, and he was my bitch on the back of my ride. I mean, you look good. Or maybe that's a little. That's a
bitch to you, okay? First,
no, we actually had a good time. That was a lot of fun. But you really ride. I don't really ride.
I do really ride, yeah. But that day I was just Karyn's eye candy on the back, doing the duck lips and everything. I think it's mandatory to do the duck lips on a Harley, yeah.
Well, you make a really sweet piece, Ricardo, so thanks so much. Good to see you.
Thank you very much. I'm Ricardo Lamas, and you're watching MMA Heat.